A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So, my dear students, you might have watched the video. Once again, I'm going to play the video as it was quite fast, and I'm going to pause it in between also so that I can explain you the things also. So, let us play the video again.
A delta, work of sea waves. The erosion and the deposition of sea waves gives rise to the coastal landforms.
You can see this is because of the erosion and weathering. You know, both of the things are going on. And because of this erosion, you can see a lot of parts of the land has been eroded, and a part of the mountains that is near the river have been eroded. And you can see, my dear students, over there downwards. Let me use my annotation also so that I can show you a few things over here. Now you can see over here, you can see the sands over there. So these waters are just coming down and just hitting these rocks and breaking the rocks into smaller pieces. So let us play the video once again.
Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. As a result, cracks develop and become wider.
Now you can see the sea waves. So the sea waves are striking the mountains again and again, and it creates hollow-like structure. You can see over here, एक hollow-like structure भी बन जा रहा है because of the sea waves, because of the striking of the water again and again on the mountains. And you can see over here the hollow-like structures are created. You can see over here, my dear students. And after getting this strike again and again, this breaks up and get separated from the mountain.
Thus, hollow-like caves are formed on the rocks. They are called sea waves.
Now you can see over here, this hollow-like structure has been created, and now it is apart from that particular heavy structure of mountain that was contained together. But now you can see it is a separate one, and you can see the water is passing by throughout this hollow structure also, hollow space. है ना? खाली जगह से पानी now it is flowing. Now with further erosion, this particular roof will also be separated, will also be erode down. ये roof जो नजर आ रहा है छत के type का, it will also be eroded down after few years. You can see.
As these cavities become bigger and enlarge, only the roof of the caves remain, thus forming sea arches. Further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left.
You can see further erosion has broken down that roof. यहाँ पर एक roof था ना, there was a roof, छत था, वो छत भी हट जाता है. That roof also used to eroded away ना, because of this. You can see the mountains are at the back, so this would have been the part of that mountain also. But because of the sea waves, because of the striking of the water again and again, this have been separated, and you can see even the roofs are also have gone now. अब छत भी नहीं रहा, अब ये लोग अकेले खड़े हैं. You can see now these are known as stacks. Listen properly.
These wall-like features are called stacks. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above the seawater is called sea cliff.
Now you can see previously in that particular photo, let me show you in that previous image. This is known as the sea cliff. You might see in this one also, that this is a vertical structure है ना, सीधा आप देखेंगे खड़ा हो गया है structure. और ये सारे mountains that was there there was mountains also here over here. This land space were also there, but because of the striking of the water again and again, they are breaking down. You can see the broken pieces. आप देख सकते हैं बहुत सारे टूटे हुए pieces जो है that are lying down. So ये टूट के क्या होते हैं, खत्म होते जाते हैं, and they just mix into the water, and you can see the river is extending, the sea is extending and extending because of the striking of the water. So this type of structure is known as sea cliff.
Is called sea cliff. The sea waves deposit sediments along the shores, forming beaches.
Now you can see, my dear students, over there that a lot of sediments have been deposited near the seashore. है ना, समुंदर के किनारे पे बहुत सारे सेडिमेंट डिपॉजिट हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज दिस वाटर्स एंड व्हेन देयर इज अ ग्रेट वेव, व्हेन द सी वेव इज स्ट्रॉन्गर, देन दोस वेव्स कैरी अ लॉट ऑफ सेडिमेंट्स और मटेरियल्स अलोंग विद देम. सॉइल भी है और बहुत सारे मटेरियल्स है, डेड बॉडीज ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एनिमल्स आर आल्सो कैरीड अवे and they are just deposited on the seashore. You can see over here. So these are the sediments you can see, my dear students, over there. They used to lie there, and we can collect a lot of sediments, a lot of materials of the from the water, from the river, from the sea, in this in those sediments. We can see that.
The shores forming beaches.
So you might have liked the video also. Now let me discuss the chapter in details. Theoretically also let me discuss. So the erosion and the deposition of the sea waves give rise to coastal landforms. Let me show you that coastal landform also. Let me show you that video also about the coastal landform. Erosion और deposition के वजह से sea waves के erosion और deposition के वजह से क्या बनता है, coastal landform बन जाता है. Let me show you that video also.
Along the coastline, the waves, currents, wind, and any rivers entering the sea all work together to transport sediment. Whenever waves, rivers, and wind lose their energy, deposition occurs. That means any sediment being transported is dropped. Along coastlines, this can result in the formation of features such as beaches, dunes, spits, and tombolos. Beaches form when sediment is deposited on the shore by the swash of constructive waves. Sediment found on the beach can include silt, sand, gravel, and boulders. The composition, colour, and size of sand on a given beach is the result of the local rocks that it came from. For example, the erosion of cliffs or rivers that transport material to the sea. This is combined with the coastal processes that modified it over the long term. Many beaches contain a lot of silica, also known as quartz. Quartz is the most common mineral on the Earth's continental crust.
You can see, my students, that there is a stone known as quartz also, that is also formed because of the sea waves. You can see over here in this video, and because of the deposition of those sediments, it has been deposited over.
In between the sand grains, one also finds the remains of ground up shells, which are made of calcium carbonate.
You can see over here these shells, ये shells भी जो है वो पानी के साथ बाहर आ गए हैं, and now they turn into limestone and different type of stones also. They turn later on in the stones.
The top part of the beach is usually always dry, and there is another part that is always submerged. The intertidal zone of the beach is the area that is above water at low tide and submerged at high tide. Waves can either build up beaches or erode them. It is normal for beaches to have a summer and a winter profile. Smaller waves have a stronger swash than backwash and build beaches up in the summer. They are called constructive waves. The deposition of material by waves can form a sand ridge called a berm, which marks the edge of the swash zone. During winter there are frequent storms. Waves are higher and more frequent. These waves have a stronger backwash than swash and erode the beach. These are called destructive waves. Sand and other material is transported along the beach by a process known as longshore drift. How it works is that the prevailing wind direction will cause the waves to approach the beach at an angle. As a result, the sediment that moves up the beach with swash will be moved at an angle. Likewise, the backwash will move the sediment back down the beach at an angle. Thus, sediment will travel back and forth along the beach in a zigzag-like motion. If longshore drift occurs predominantly in one direction and then encounters a river mouth or a change in direction of the coastline, sediment can be deposited, forming an extension of the coastline known as a spit. for diffraction of waves bend around islands, taking sediment with them. Eventually, when enough sediment is built up, the spit will fully connect with an island and form a tombolo, such as this one. Sometimes, longshore drift will cause the sand to deposit right across the river mouth, forming a bar. As a consequence, many bars have lagoons and wetlands behind them. Longshore drift along the east coast of Australia is also responsible for the creation of giant sand islands off Queensland's coast, such as North and South Stradbroke Island, Bribie Island, and Fraser Island. Sand dunes are an accumulation of sand grains. Sand dunes form when wind carries sand up the beach and deposits it in a heap around.
You can see, my student, that sand dunes are also there because of the air and a heavy flow of the air. The sand also deposited at different places, and it can form this type of coastal land plains also. And previously, let me show you also in the video that this type of land that you can see are forming. They are known as coastal land plains also. So due to these sea waves, we can see that coastal landforms are also formed. So this video is long. I'm stopping there, and let us continue to the topic. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, and they develop, and the cracks develop. क्योंकि लगातार स्ट्राइक करने से पानी से स्ट्राइक होता है रॉक्स के तरफ, है ना. The rocks are getting a strike of the sea waves many times throughout the day, and they develop cracks. पहले क्या होता है, cracks तैयार हो जाते हैं. There are cracks. You can see the cracks at the rocks because of this striking of the sea water. Later on, over the time they become larger and wider. और वो rocks में जो crack होता है वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ता चला जाता है, larger बड़ा होते चले जाता है. Those cracks are just getting larger and wider, and you can see the hollows like caves are formed on the rocks, and they are called sea caves. उसको हम लोग sea caves बोलते हैं, वो जो hollow like structure होता है. Let me show you that sea caves. You can see over here from the video I have clicked over here. You can see these hollow-like structure are known as, you can see over here, sea caves. Sea caves. These are created because of the water is striking again and again at the rocks. तो पानी बार-बार जो टकराता है वो rocks से, इसके वजह से ये hollow-like structure create हो जाता है. This is known as sea cave. And you can see over here when there is a hollow passage, है ना, जब ये hollow passage आर पार हो जाता है rock से, then water flows in between them. Then it is known as sea arc. You can see over here in the photo, sea arc. And when it is separated, you can see these are known as stacks. अब वो जब rocks अलग हो जाते हैं पानी से, उसके ऊपर से roof भी खत्म हो जाता है. There is no roof also. You call it as a stack also. Let me show you one of the more image of sea cave. You can see over here. These hollow-like structure are known as sea caves. Okay, याद रहे, caves के नाम से याद रहे आपको, sea caves. Okay, let us move ahead and let us understand further. These cavities means these sea caves become bigger and bigger. ये sea cave जो है वो धीरे धीरे बड़ा होते जाता है. And only the roof of the caves remain. और ऊपर में सिर्फ क्या, छत रह जाता है. These are known as sea arcs. You can see over here. This image is known as sea arc क्योंकि उसके ऊपर में छत है अभी. Now the roof is there, but the sea, you can see sea caves. Sea caves जो था that had become larger and wider and bigger, but they are having roof. So in this case, they are known as sea arc. Remember this. Now, when the roof also are broken, or you can say eroded, when the erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left, they are known as stacks. Let me show you that stack also, my dear students. You can see these are known as stacks when there is no roof on the top also, on the top of sea arc. तो सबसे पहले क्या बनता है, सी केव, और सी केव के बाद क्या होता है, वो सी आर्क बन जाता है. एंड लेटर ऑन व्हेन देयर इज नो रूफ ऑन द सी आर्क, इट बिकम्स, you can see stacks. They are known as stacks, my dear students. Now let me show you the sea cliff also. The steep rocky coast is rising almost vertically, that I have shown you in the video also. Then when those steepy rocky coasts rise vertically above sea water, they are known as sea cliff. Let me show you that also, my dear students. Sea cliff आप देख लें यहाँ पर in the video that we have seen on the video also. This is known as sea cliff, है ना, because the rocks are rising, we can say, vertically. Now let us move ahead. The sea waves deposit sediments. The sea waves deposit a lot of sediments along the shore, along the side, along the corner of the sea. They are known as beaches. Beach sea ko bolte na. The sea waves, when these are depositing a lot of sediments, these have become into sea beaches. And people used to go there and enjoy their picnic or vacation during the summer season, or during another season, or in their vacation time, also in their leisure time. People used to go there and enjoy their time in the sea beaches. So these sea beaches are the what? These are the sediments that have been brought down by the river. Now let us move ahead and go through the new topics. Our new topic is work of ice. But before that, let us start another topic, that is work of the sea, work of the ice. So for that also I have one video to show you, my dear students. Let me play that video about the work of the ice. You know what is the work of the ice? Let me show you.
Work of ice. Glaciers are rivers of ice which do erode the landscape by bulldozing the soil and stones to expose the solid rock below. As the ice melts, the eroded surface gets filled up with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. The material carried by the glacier, such as rocks, sand, and silt, gets deposited. These deposits form the glacial moraines.
So you might have seen that video properly, my dear students. Let me discuss with you all this one, that glaciers are the rivers of ice. Work of ice क्या है? सबसे पहले क्या है? Glaciers. So let me show you that glaciers also. You can see. This is the work of the ice. And ice are formed because of the freezing of the water in the winter season or due to the cold season. This is known as the freezing of the ice. And you can say glaciers are formed like this. This is one of the photograph of the glaciers. So glaciers है क्या? That is the river of ice. ये river पानी से नहीं बना है. River कैसे से बना है? Ice से बना हुआ है. This is the river of ice, which also erode by the landscape by bulldozing soil and stones to expose the soil rock below. So these rivers of ice also erode the landscape. ये भी river of ice जो है वो भी strike करता है, and it also erode the landscape. और landscape को इसने क्या करता है? ये erode कर देता है, तोड़ देता है छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में. By bulldozing soil and stones, soils और stones को bulldoze कर देता है, यानी तोड़ देता है. And solid rocks are exposed, और फिर वो rocks जो है वो नजर आते हैं. Solid rocks जो है now it can be seen because these rivers of ice strike and erode that also. तो अब वो rocks जब नजर आते हैं, we can see glaciers carve out deep hollows there. You can see in the photo. तो glaciers ने क्या किया है? ये छोटे छोटे hollow आप देखें, you can see over here hollow like structure are also created over here. Hollow like structure because of the work of the ice, because these glaciers they also carve out. And now see, as the ice melts, अब आइस जो है वो समर सीजन में तो मेल्ट कर जाएंगे, वो पिघल जाएंगे. Then they get filled with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. और mountains में बहुत beautiful lakes बन जाएंगे because this ice they melt down, and melt होने से क्या होगा? They will become water, and those water will turn into beautiful lakes in the mountains. बहुत बार देखा होगा कि mountains में बहुत अच्छे अच्छे lakes है. Let me show you one of the beautiful lakes in the mountains also. My dear students, let me show you with my click over here. Yeah, you can see this photo. Yeah, these are beautiful lakes on the mountains. ये mountain के ऊपर में है. ये this is not beneath the mountain. This is not downwards. This is on the mountain. On the mountains you can see beautiful lakes because the soil have melt down. Soil क्या हो गया? Melt हो गया है. Sorry, ice जो है, ice the ice have melted down and it has become water. And you can see beautiful lakes. So how beautiful is this scene? The material which is carried by the glacier, such as rocks, big, small, sand, silt, they all get deposited. So जो भी material ये glacier के वजह से carry हो रहा है, they are all deposited at a particular place. You can see these materials over here. These materials have been deposited. You can see. Let me show you with my annotation also. Here you can see these are the material which have been brought down by the glaciers. Glaciers ने ये materials को deposit कर दिया है, and you can see beautiful lakes are also found over there. Let us move ahead. These deposits form glacial moraines, और ये deposit होने के बाद क्या बन जाता है? These are known as glacial moraines. You can see ये deposits जब हो जाते हैं एक जगह जमा हो जाते हैं. You can see over here, my dear students. Let me show you with the help of my annotation. Also, let me show you. You can see over here. These are known as glacial moraines. ये glaciers के जमा होने के वजह से glaciers has brought down the materials, and those materials have been deposited along with water over here. So they are known as glacial moraines, my dear students over here. Let me show you further. We have to go through work of wind now. Work of wind. So
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.